We're going.
Yo.
Rapperants
What's
episode
up?
49, y'all. Eminem is suing Meta because they used 243 of his songs without permission. We got new touch laws to where if you touch your phone while you're driving, you can get a $450 ticket. That's our first topic. Let's go ahead and roll into that one.
New law just went into effect on June 5th, and if you live in one of these 31 states, this law applies to you. This is called the no-touch law. So essentially, if you're in your car and you touch your phone and a police officer sees you, they can pull you over. Doesn't matter if you're texting, doesn't matter anything. If you're touching your phone, you can now be pulled over and get a $50 to $450 ticket for that. If you pull up to a stop sign or stop light and then touch your phone while you're stopped, you can still get the ticket for that. So be careful, don't touch your phone. These are the states that it applies to, and this just went into effect June 5th.
Even if you're at a light or at a stop sign?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, bro. Like, this is impractical. This is impractical. Like, I get needing to crack down on these laws, but come on now. Like, what are we supposed to do? Like, navigation, damn Waze better stop asking us questions now. Better not be expected to report stalled cars, because if we touch the phone and tell you that it's still there, we're gonna get a ticket.
Okay. What you said? How much was the amount? 400 something?
It was $50 to $450.
Okay, so this might sound a bit bougie for me to say, but my car has like the touchless screen, so it connects through CarPlay. I'm a big person of I'm not going to touch my phone at all. Maybe because I'm not like as experienced. I've only been driving since 2021.
You don't have to.
Yeah, I kind of agree with it because it's trying to implement more safety, but that's an extreme way to implement safety.
Yeah, I mean, we are getting to a place to where it takes extreme measures, because I literally, goddaughter of mine ended up just getting her car and driving. So I sent her a YouTube video where the kid is driving and he looks literally at his phone for like a second and craziness. So I'm like, I understand, kinda. So yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, the only thing that you could do is pass your phone to the passenger and say, okay, read my messages, unless you don't have no text to voice or vice versa. But this is crazy.
I know like Gemini has an option to where you can set it and like it'll answer a call and then screen it to see how important it is. And if it's important enough, it will send the call through.
How does it know it's important?
How?
I think it literally asks the person, like, is this a very important thing? This is a bad time for Corey. He's not available. So, but if it's important, I can put the call through. I
like that. Time, effort.
I like that a lot. AI is getting crazy.
Bro, straight up. Like, I mean, look, we all know the evils of it, but there's some cool things it's doing.
That's sweet.
Crazy.
All right. And here's Eminem suing Meta, bro.
Eminem is suing Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, for $109 million. Why? Because they allegedly used 243 of his songs without permission. Not one or two, 243. His publishing company says Meta let people use his music in Reels and other features without ever securing a proper license. They're demanding $150,000 per song, and if this goes through, it could explode into something much bigger. This isn't just about Eminem, it's about big tech milking creators dry while pretending it's all fair game. Think about it. Billions of dollars flow through platforms like Instagram and Facebook every year, much of it on the backs of artists and creators. And now someone's finally pushing back. If Eminem wins this lawsuit, it could crack open the dam. Other major artists might step in. The entire system could shift. So the real question is, was this an accident by Meta? Or have they been banking on artists staying silent while they rake in cash from content they don't own?
Two ways, I would say. Two ways. First, it's the fault of the publishing company, because as soon as you get your stuff out, it should be registered, even on the damn socials and even using a part of the songs from a specific minute on, it should be registered right away, especially for artists like big artists, right? So
Exactly.
there was their damn miss out on that. Plus, I mean, it's nice to have royalties on people using your sounds or music.
Yeah.
But to be honest, you got the fans using it. So just be damn grateful that people be using your sound, even if you don't make that much money with it.
I feel like with someone like Eminem, 240 something songs, I'm sure they used it however many times. Like that's enough money for like if you went platinum all over again. And so I mean it's a crap load of money. So I can see someone in like with that status and that's happening. Like y'all making all this money and I didn't get none of it. Yeah, I'm gonna need to. So I understand that.
Like I'm pretty confident it doesn't have anything to do with like a copyright or licensing, like on a mistake that his distribution company made. This is something like this is going to set a precedent. This is the way that it is with Meta and all major artists. So that like the significance of this is not just Eminem. It's the fact that like if this happens, then Meta has to change their entire policy on how they license and use music, and they're going to have to start paying for it, which is going to affect monetization and content creators across the board. I get it. But for me, like, I think the bigger problem in the music industry is Spotify. Like, if I had Eminem's platform, I'd be going after how poorly Spotify and all the other streaming platforms treat their artists. Like, but
even Meta, they if you registered it, it automatically filters the sound, so it automatically says it belongs to this artist. So they just missed on uploading it correctly on the platforms.
No, I mean, it's Eminem. They didn't make a mistake. But anyway, all right. On the next one.
It's Eminem.
I mean, it's the level of Eminem. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't know about y'all know about this everyone on mute moment at Beyonce concerts.
Nope.
I didn't know anything about this either. But
don't go to Beyonce concerts. So,
I don't do that either.
So this woman, let's call her Pink Hat. Pink Hat goes to a concert, and she's trying to have a good time. But here's the thing. At every Beyonce concert, there's one part of one song where the crowd is expected to be silent. And I guess everyone follows this rule.
Everybody on mute. Y'all want that?
People even bring signs to remind everyone. So Pink Hat's at this concert, there she is, and she's vibing. And when that quiet moment comes... Everybody on mute. And people around her are shocked. Even her friend right next to her is shocked. Because I guess people take that shit seriously. But see, Pink Hat, she doesn't give a damn. She's over here laughing her ass off. But she wouldn't be laughing for long. These videos of Pink Hat make it to TikTok, and they all blow up. And Beyonce fans see them, and they're just losing their minds. You're supposed to be silent! You ruined it for everyone! What the hell's a Beyonce? Then, as you could have predicted, the internet immediately identifies her, and they go for her throat. Beyonce fans start making videos about it.
The nerve.
All you had to do was just go mute.
You better be glad you were around people that did not want to put hands on you real quick.
They found her Twitter and they reported it until it got suspended. They did the same to her TikTok and it got banned. So then she has to private her Instagram so people won't mess with it.
Damn, I got Shorty's account suspended for not muted.
All for shouting at a Beyonce concert. Now, Pink Hat hasn't officially responded to any of this heat, probably because most of her social media is suspended, but she did low-key change her Instagram bio to shut the f up on mute, which feels like a middle finger to Beyonce fans, but I don't know, it's kind of funny. So what do you think? Does she deserve all this hate, or are Beyonce fans just freaking psychopaths?
Beyonce fans are freaking psychopaths.
Like, the level of extreme, like, what the fuck? Oh my God, she was having a good time. Just having a good time.
No, I never heard about this mute minute anyway. So
look,
I mean, it's like you're sitting in class and everyone's supposed to be quiet. There are always people talking or doing bullshit.
No.
So I don't even know. They're not getting suspended for that.
They all muted for every time that she says it.
No, check me out. If you paid your money to go to a Beyonce concert, that means you have some type of clue of how psychotic the Beehive is. So this is her fault. I blame Pink Hat for this. I have no remorse, no pity for Pink Hat, because if you go to one of these concerts and you go with these insane people, this is what happens. And insane people, I mean that in the most respectful, non-disrespectful way possible. Don't come after me. You know what I'm saying? we love the Beehive. I drank honey. You know what I'm saying? We're good. I love you guys. Don't come at me.
I can't believe you're blaming her. Like, I get what you're trying to say, but
I mean,
why?
She should know better.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, okay, maybe
what the hell are you talking about?
They said put it on mute, and then she the only one screaming. She was disrespectful.
Yeah, see,
It's
I think
not a
when
moment
it
of
comes
silence.
to,
Like if they were taking a moment of silence for some terrible event that just happened, I could see it or whatever. But like this is just like a fun little
no,
I don't know.
It's not. It's not.
For her to for them to attack her whole life, her whole social media presence. Like that's crazy to me, man.
Okay,
like,
which one do you think is worse, the Beehive or like Swifties?
The Beehive is way worse.
Really?
Bro.
Swifties are more annoying. They're more annoying. Beehives are dangerous.
Yeah, they're like religious
but I think
followers.
I think the main aspect
they got a freaking church.
Is they just feel disrespected.
Hold on.
Like
what?
What they have a freaking church in California. Beyonce Mass. They have it. It's real.
What in
what happens there?
They go to church and all the songs are like Beyonce songs, and they transfer the gospel into it's real. It's not even a joke.
Nope.
They're crazy.
All right.
Your fans are too fanatic, I would say, huh?
I don't know about you guys, but I thought that Tesla was on its way out, about to close down, but they're about to release a whole new car next year. Check this thing out.
Let's see.
So this is Tesla's new Cyber Cab. It will go into production in 2026 and be available for commercial use in 2027. I'm told it will cost between $25,000 and $30,000. And look at this, it's completely autonomous. You have no steering wheel, no pedal, no buttons, nothing other than one screen to share for the two passengers. But it'll also be B2C, meaning you can buy it and this could be your go-to vehicle. Imagine you own this Cyber Cab. It drives you to your office, but then instead of parking in your office, and instead of maybe having to pay $10 or $20 for parking in case you live in San Francisco or New York, you can actually just say, hey, keep driving, go drive back to my house. Or you can even turn it into a cab mode and it can go and pick up passengers, and you can actually make some side income off of your Tesla car while you're busy at work, and then the car can come and pick you up at the end of the day. It doesn't have to be I either own and drive my own car, or I don't own a car and I have self-driving cars, taxis, robo-taxis driving me around. No, there's actually a mixed model. There's a hybrid model. Now, about 70% of all rides in big cities constitute of just 1 to 2 people. So that's why the Cyber Cab is just a 2-passenger seat. They're like, you know what, we're just gonna optimize for the majority of rides, which is 2 or less people. We're not gonna have more seats than that. So then in the back, they're gonna have a place for bags. They can have up to 4 bags. Robo-taxis are also launching presumably in Austin, Texas very soon, but those appear to be mostly Model Ys. You won't see this until 2027. Inside it looks insane, literally the most minimalistic thing I've ever seen inside a car. And I'm curious to see what kind of configurations they're gonna allow, because imagine if I don't have to drive my car and I'm gonna be in this car, let's say for an hour sitting in LA traffic, I'm probably gonna want a desk or something. I'm gonna wanna use my laptop, or maybe a projector and watch a really good movie or show or something like that.
Oh my God.
Come on,
First
man.
of all, this thing is so, I don't know, the design is
I wouldn't give a damn. Hey, I wouldn't give a damn. I'm gonna make some money. Drop me off to the studio. Go on out there and go pick people up all day, bro. Hey, look, that's genius.
But what is the security like? How could someone rob that? Steal it? You know what I mean? What happens if you're telling someone, all right, pick me up here, I'm gonna take you XYZ. What is there a way to be able to make sure they don't just take the car?
They can't drive it. It will only go where the driver tells it to, or where it's been ordered to. I guess you could take it to a chop shop and they could take it apart or something, but I don't know if chop shops want electric cars. Now that raises another
how are they going to get it there? How are they going to get it to the chop shop?
Yeah, maybe the taxi ride is pick me up here and bring me to this mechanic shop or whatever to pick up my car, and then they pull in and they just put on a tow truck, and I don't know. Okay, that's not the conversation we're having.
I love
the idea of the cab thing, of being able to make money with it, but I don't have the level of chill that it requires to sit in a self-driving car, especially the first few models of it, first few versions, and not have any way to correct when it does something wrong. And this guy's talking about getting lost in his laptop and getting some work done, or just put a big projector so I can't even see what's going on. That's not me. I don't have that in me.
Let's be real. Let's be real. You're in Alabama. You're not getting the car first.
Oh my God.
And I'm friends with someone in Alabama, so I'm not getting the car first. So we'll see a lot of the people get towed up first, and we'll know. So hey, look, I love it. I feel like it's a great way to make good money. You're gonna make your money back in the first year for buying the car, and then after that, you're in for on to the races. I love it. I love
it. Do you think
first of all, it was really hard not to talk about all the riots and everything going on this episode, but everyone's talking about it. It's awful. That's all I had to say about it. It's not a conversation, in my opinion. But California's gotten to the point where they're considering seceding from the union.
Trump now appears to be preparing to cut funding to California because they don't align with his political views, and California is saying they'll stop paying federal taxes if that happens. Right, and that is, no state has ever attempted to stop paying federal taxes, but it's also pretty unprecedented to withhold tax funds from a state. And, all of this is California is the 4th largest economy in the world. It pays $100 billion more in taxes to the federal government than it gets back, and it is the largest agricultural, manufacturing, culture, and tech state in the country. It is by far the most powerful state, and 1 in 8 Americans is actually a Californian. Right, and understand, if California stopped paying federal taxes, red states would really struggle as they require California's taxes in order to fund their states. Right, and all of this is, there's currently a growing secession movement in California. Right, I mean, there's like a ballot initiative that's collecting signatures to have Californians vote on whether to leave the U.S. I mean, a poll that was taken in January of this year by YouGov, it showed that 61% of Californians believe that the state would be better off if it seceded. They're not the only ones. We've seen MTG infamously call for a national divorce. And actually, polling has shown 1 in 4 Americans would support blue states and red states becoming 2 different countries. So that is also, last year there was a poll that found that nearly half of Americans expect there to be a civil war. And just remember, for more chill fun times, follow and share to stay in the loop.
Bro.
Yo.
What?
This is crazy.
This is America.
What would that even look like? Like the new Republic of California, bro? And I mean, dude, like this is crazy that this is being talked about right now, and it's actually like understandable. It's not America. Some rogue governor, you know what I mean? It's wild. It's wild.
What is happening over there lately? This is like crazy.
Our president's happening over here.
Straight up, bro. And like, dude, the way he's doing everything, like the National Guard that's there is not getting paid. They're not getting fed. They don't have anywhere to sleep. It's really like what he's doing is an awful thing. And the other point that he brought up in that video is something I've had a lot of conversations about, and having the red states and blue states have 2 separate presidents or be 2 separate countries, because I mean, you will never have a happy and unified America. The government system that we have created is so divided. It's man, our commando in cheese. That's distracting me. Our commando in cheese. No, but for real, like, I don't know. I think that's at the point that we're at, like, maybe let's avoid the Civil War and just separate, like just have a clean divorce.
What happens if there's like people in the middle? Like, where do they go? Can they just bounce back between red and blue states?
I mean, that's up to them. I'm in the middle. I wouldn't. You know what? That's a good point. I don't know where I'd want to be. I don't know if I'd want to be in a red state or a blue state. Like, I think they all have so much wrong that I'm not like in huge agreement with either party. So
you can just ban one border. This is where everyone who's in the middle just stays.
We have so many issues. Like, I just
have to pay extra taxes for this.
Bro, it's insane. We have so many issues. Like, why can't we focus on those? Like,
it'll be too easy, too simple.
Never easy.
Yeah, it's like a movie. It's like, why would they do that in the movie? Well, it wouldn't be a movie then, I guess. But this is real life.
That's facts. 100.
All right, so this is the latest internet trend that is killing teenagers.
Dusting is also called chroming or huffing, and it's the latest trend for teens, going viral on social media, where they sniff computer cleaning spray to get high.
This is extremely concerning. When they inhale these chemicals in the gas, it'll actually replace the oxygen within their lungs and within the rest of their body.
Dr. Randy Wiseman leads the ICU at Honor Health Scottsdale Osborne Medical Center. He says dusting makes the user feel drunk and euphoric for a couple of minutes. And in that short amount of time, the damage done after just one huff can be irreversible and even deadly.
Failure of the liver, heart failure, disease of the lungs.
Rena died of sudden sniffing death syndrome.
She's not the only one that this has happened to. Several other teenagers have succumbed to this same disorder.
So then she spent the next 7 days in the ICU. She never regained consciousness.
Oh, this is bad. Kids, what are they doing?
There's so many things to do, bro. Like, go play. I just don't understand. There's so much to do, and this is what y'all want to do.
This isn't new. Like they were saying, there was huffing paint, whippets. Like
I've never heard the duster thing though. Like that. That's and I mean, think about like when you're spraying a duster, and then that whatever you're spraying, it gets like almost a layer of ice over it. Imagine what that does to your lungs.
Yeah. I'm like at a loss for words.
Like, parents, this is why you beat your kids. This is the reason why you do it. Because it don't make no sense. When are y'all gonna learn? If you beat them, then they're gonna think twice about. I don't want to get that whooping. I'm gonna let it.
I got
yes
hit for my anger, and I still have it. I just mellowed it out. Like beating someone ain't gonna always help.
If you beat them right, you gotta beat them right. You feel me?
That's to my mom.
Yeah, you gotta beat them right. You know what I'm saying? You beat them and then tell them what they did wrong.
All right. We know how you feel about beating kids, bro.
Yes. This is insane. Like, there's so much to do. So, like, there's so many things that you already can smoke and get high. Like, I just don't understand why they just want to.
Look,
but instead of just following a trend, they should just also look at the consequences and the effects in them social media and videos to see like what can happen. I think they just following the trend. They don't do any type of research because like who get the idea to sniff all this? Like
that's what I'm saying.
Almost like drinking any type of chemicals.
Let's give it a try.
Or
guys.
eating what did we have the last time? The one who was eating the detergent.
Oh, the Tide Pods?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, like this stuff. What you...
Oh my god, okay.
All right, I think I'm gonna make this one a 4-minute topic because there's a lot to talk about here, bro.
My mom beat me out of prison.
That's right. That's right.
This is like a new form of burial.
Burial?
Your body is placed vertically into a deep, narrow hole feet first. Then you're slowly lowered straight downward, standing upright underground. Instead of a coffin, you would be wrapped in a special cloth that disintegrates over time. As you begin to break down, your body gently collapses into itself. And over time, nothing is left but your bones. Now, this takes up way less space than a coffin buried horizontally, meaning cemeteries can fit thousands more graves into smaller areas.
I like it. No. Look, there's an area in Jupiter where my family is from, and like they're like all of our family is there. Damn near 90% of our burials is there, but it's getting to the point where it's packed. I know by the time I go, I know there's a whole lot more that's gonna go before me. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, y'all, but you're going. You're out of here. I'm living to like 100. You feel me? So I need space. I'm not against that at all. It's kind of genius.
But you're dead. You would not care.
Yeah, but like, the space.
Where you're gonna be placed. What about the space?
I do care. I want to be with my family.
Literally, they don't take into consideration regarding space if it's sustainable or not, because all this grave thing being buried in those type of surrounding, it's about like tradition, about spiritual church belief, something. So why they starting off now being like it should be practical?
For me, man, I've always wanted to not be buried in coffin. I want my body to become back part of Earth, like we were meant to, like that, like the literal nature intended. And I love this idea, but also, you know, like Blaze is talking about, like they're running out of room, but like why do we never see graveyards being built? When was the last time you saw a new graveyard?
Shit.
How is that possible?
Reuse it already.
And
I think after 25 years, if you don't buy it over here, it's like you buy a grave for like 25 years, and if it ran out, okay, they play someone new.
What?
At the same
What
spot.
do they do with the other body? Huh? What happens to the other
bones.
body?
Huh? What? Never thought. I honestly never thought of that.
I just want to be cremated. That's all. Like, I don't want to be buried.
Hold on, I need to get back to Kushana's thing. What?
Yeah.
So, like,
I'm there too. I'm
all right, so you lease a grave site, a place to be buried for 25 years, and then
and if you don't pay, you're spotted.
How can you pay? You're dead.
You're dead.
No, but it's like your relatives do that.
This got to be a Germany thing, bro.
Like if you
It
have
definitely
like
is.
let's say your wife, right? And she would, something would happen,
Like
and you would say, okay, I'm gonna just buy this grave. She gonna be buried there, and when I'm gonna be dying one day, I want to be placed right next to her. So you're gonna buy this grave for like, I don't know, 25, or you can say 50 years already. So therefore, your kids take the responsibility for this grave and for the fees afterwards. Or if you say like my mom, she said like, I don't want to be no burden for anybody, and I don't want to be laying on the cemetery. It was just like an anonymous thing, so you don't have to take care of anything.
Well, I heard of I know family of mine that already got spots. They've paid for spots already at the cemetery where we are. Like my aunt decades ago, because our family is there, so she's like, I want to be buried next to my family. She didn't want to take the chance of by the time she goes, the spots be taken up. So
but that's forever.
Yeah, but you don't have to pay afterwards though. You know what I'm
so,
saying?
Like,
Once you're there, you're there.
To me.
Oh, he's stuck. Amen. No, but I'm just saying,
the more people dying. Oh, am I back? Am I back?
Yep, him and the timer stopped.
Over.
All right, let's run Leslie's question.
Picture.
I know.
He's a ghost. He disappeared.
All right. If you had to carry a random item at all times, like it was extremely important, what would it be?
Ooh.
I'm a female, so it has to be my bag. Like a bag where everything fits in. Then I got my
random. Like we'll.
Who doesn't have a bag?
You go first. What is your random item, and then
my random item.
We can answer
Wait,
it better. What? Yeah, you go first, so we'll answer. We'll know to answer it better.
Okay. This is more like I'm just gonna say sage. Like I know it sounds kind of weird. I'll do sage. Like if I can only carry one thing with me, a random item, I would say a stone, but no, I'm going with sage. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would have
the negative energy wherever I go.
Oh, for real.
My back scratcher. Say what you
Are
want.
you serious now?
Yes,
you cannot be walking around with the back scratcher.
I do now. I like 2
the
Christmases.
Long ones?
Yes, the ones that
with like the hands, like the
yep,
little hands.
it has like the little. It has like the middle hands.
God.
Bro, all the time. I go nowhere without it. It's in my pocket, and I always. It can be used as a weapon if need be.
Now?
Well, I don't have it in my pocket now because I'm here, so I can just grab it. But it's like you can use it as a weapon, So
don't break that shit in half. What are you talking about?
Please,
you're stretching out the eyes of your opponent.
This thing here costs.
Thing.
Yeah, mine costs money. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
A back scratcher. That's so random. Like, dude, if I was like, If I was in a store and someone just casually pulled out a back scratcher that was in line in front of me and just started scratching their back, I would not get over that. I would never get over that.
That's literally me. A lot of people experience that. That's literally me.
I would make a TikTok post just talking about that. The fact that I just saw someone do that, bro.
For the last 2 years, that's been me consistently.
That's funny.
And I'm a wreck if I don't have it with me. I'm like, I forgot my. Oh no! It's horrible.
Honestly, the most minimalist thing about me is what I keep on my person. Like I don't like things in my pockets. Like literally. If I'm not in the house, nothing's in my pocket or my views and my phone or whatever. But when I leave, I have my keys and like this is my wallet. This is it.
That is so thin.
It's everything that I.
Yeah, but look, how much this thing's costing freaking Alabama. So
how many cards do you need, bro? No matter where you are, all right.
And then you don't wear no cash on you, do you?
I mean, you know, what do I need cash for?
I feel like you should always have a little bit of cash in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I can Venmo my.
At least like 20 bucks or like 30,
exactly.
just in case something doesn't work. You have to use cash.
Well, you see, we're thinking ahead.
I keep a little in the car. No, I keep a little in the car, just not on my person.
You keep it in the car?
A little in the car, a little in the house. Yeah, you know. Like that's one thing I'll say. I'm in Alabama. I don't got to fucking worry about it. Like this.
I always wanted to use the terminology. Like I don't keep that on my person. It's like it made me think of military every single time. It's freaking dope.
All right, let's run Quashana's question.
All right, my question is, what was the most disrespectful thing somebody did or say to you?
So I was at this place. I was having the worst day ever. The worst day ever. I was waiting for my friend. Literally, no lie, it was a trailer park. He needed to go see somebody, so I'm waiting at the entrance. This random white boy just comes over to me on the bike. Hey, can I tell you a joke? And I'm just staring at him, and he's like, why does Martin Luther King not have, why do black people don't have dreams? Because the last one had a dream died. Ha, 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 ha. I whooped his candy. I'm talking about, before you know it, 4-piece and a biscuit and a body slam, bop bop, and an ATL stomp. That's what he got. But then literally, that was the most. I have no idea. He don't know me. I've never seen him before in my life.
Wild.
It was crazy.
How old were you?
I was probably 24, maybe.
Okay, but you were not a kid, so this.
No, I wasn't a kid. The kid, he was an adult. I don't know. Hopefully, he was an adult. Hopefully.
Oh my God.
And I have anger problems. Come on.
Hey, come on. I gotta get a pass for that. You know,
no, I'll let you slide on that one. That was called.
Yeah. He deserved the 4-piece and a biscuit.
Your wrestling moves came out.
I feel like Leslie's got a good story here. You got so excited when she asked the question.
I did, but I'll make it short. When I was in an argument with someone, they said I copped an attitude, right? And they were like, if you were a guy, I would knock the fuck out of you.
Oh. You want to come on, bring it on. I'm the guy.
It took everything in my power not to fucking say shit.
This is why we're supposed to be, we're siblings. We're supposed to be in the same place. Because the very second I had your back, 4-piece and a biscuit, he would have got it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think I've told this story on the show before, but I'll keep it brief. I was working at a knife shop here. I was doing graphics, and I've been working my ass off, like 60-hour weeks for 3 weeks straight. And I finished everything I had to, and I went out to leave. And my boss says, he told me to go back in there. I was like, look, man, I have everything set up. It's going to get finished. They're finishing it right now. I've done everything I need to do. And I was like, I'm leaving. So I walk out, and he says, he says to me, better change your attitude, boy.
Woo!
Boy, I never knew that boy would be a trigger, but it was a trigger. I freaked out, bro. I just turned around. Boy, you called me boy. Then when I left, the asshole chases me out of the building, and he's still yelling at me like this, like 65-year-old man, big old guys, like, bro, relax. What do you? Anyway, Kushana.
Did he even apologize afterwards, or
No,
he
I
just
quit.
No, no.
I quit. I never go back to that place ever again.
Oh,
wild.
Full piece.
I got two things that stuck on my mind. One thing was when I got fired. I remember the conversation with my boss. Literally, he told me, "Oh, in that position, running in leading this and that, and doing the project lead and stuff like that, I don't see you there." And I was like, "What you mean? I literally almost did everything like that." So he just used it as an excuse, and my word was like, "Oh, I was so disappointed and upset." But after the years passed now, they restock on my damn public page and they see I'm pretty successful in the companies I've been working
Damn
for.
right.
And I'm just like,
Hell yeah.
Damn right.
yeah, you don't see that position, right? So, yeah.
So passionate at the end.
Yes,
Mhm.
that's right.
And then,
My bad.
okay.
Blaze.
Oh, my bad. So I was reading the comment. My bad, Angela. I gotta continue. All right, so
I didn't read it. Bring it on again.
so no, that wasn't mine. That was some. I'll go back. Let me do this.
Okay. Go
What's the weirdest thing you do if you were invisible for 24 hours?
I don't think there's an answer to this that doesn't make you a creep, bro. Like,
I mean, like instantly,
Show
I'm
this
just
dude
like, all right,
some-
let me just get the money, right? But that's
the
not weird.
weirdest thing.
And even if you're
Weird.
invisible, like you cannot carry that shit out of the.
Yeah,
no.
but what if
I think that would be like doing the invisible spying, like for like I think I would go into the White House, just to see what are these people doing, when they are not on camera or not set up, for interview or anything. And yeah, I think that would be interesting.
But is it weird though?
Yeah. I don't think that's weird. I think what I would do, the weirdest thing I would do is I would go into like every single one of my judgy ass neighbors' houses and judge the way that they live. I would be an asshole about it.
Why? Why are you so interested in
They're assholes. They judge me all the time. No. My northern ass does not fit in where I am. So that's what I would do.
Yo.
Oh
my god!
You're just gonna end up being disgusted by them.
I hope so.
Know everything.
I hope so. That would make me a happier person.
Mine would be more annoying. Like I think I would like sneak into like Zoom meetings and like unmute people randomly.
Wait, sneak into Zoom meetings. It's not a place.
I mean,
like sneak into people's houses while they're on Zoom meetings.
While they're on Zoom meetings, yeah.
Turn the camera on when they're like in the bathroom.
Or I would like sneak into a place where someone's playing like using like a Ouija board, and I'll go and like flicker the lights and stuff.
That's a good. I like that. I like that one, bro.
Yeah, just gonna work at Disney World for one day, invisible, in a haunted house.
or follow a magician around, and every time he do his tricks, like.
Did Leslie come up with an answer?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Good call.
You have an answer, Leslie?
I don't.
I didn't think you did. I wasn't gonna bring it up because I saw your face when he asked it.
I don't know what to say.
Running mine.
That's a good one. Angela has a good one.
It's a fantastic answer. It says random puffs of my vape behind people's butts in public so it looked like people farting white. Thank you for the comment. That's wonderful. I love it.
Oh, God. But then you have to use this farting spray, which literally smells like.
Oh, that will be perfect.
All right, I'm running mine. All right. What is a guilty pleasure that you will shamelessly defend? I'll start, man. The thing I do the most that people probably find binge watching TV, bro. It's like my favorite thing to do. I don't even like movies anymore because I want to be able to binge watch a show. It's just that's like my favorite thing to do.
That was like an answer I was going to use when I'm like, it's too simple.
Oh, okay. All right.
He's
probably
a simpleton.
I'm simple.
Yeah. So I'm a songwriter, right? So my favorite part about being a songwriter is being able to write for like singers. I love singers, harmonies, all of that stuff. So I had a period where I did writing for a bunch of different boy bands, and the best part about writing for boy bands is they use harmonies and whatever. So I won't even lie. A guilty pleasure for me is throwing on some NSYNC. You feel me? Letting the NSYNC greatest hits go and be jamming, my G.
It's a good answer.
I like NSYNC, but I like the Backstreet Boys even more than NSYNC.
Yes.
Kushan, how about
It's
you?
a little blasphemous, but we'll let it go. It's a little blasphemous. Bye.
Really... I had this issue, not an issue, but I used to smell every type of food that I was eating before. And sometimes I'll still catch myself, doing this, like looking at it and smelling at it. And even though if you give me like some piece of anything to eat, even if it's small, I'm gonna just bite shit off. Like I have to bite something off, even if it's like small. And then a lot of people ask me, why don't you eat it in ones? I don't know why I'm doing this. I always bite something off.
Leslie, you got one?
Yeah, I would say my guilty pleasure is when I'm home alone. I love watching motivational like TED Talks, as well as like things that focus on the neuroscience behind conversations. That's my little guilty pleasure.
Oh, that's dope.
Fair.
Yeah. I know Angela personally. That's her for real,
bro. I think
I got cussed out
on the show.
I got cussed out in foreign languages many times.
I've never laughed so hard at comments from one person. Angela, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for the comments. You're the best part of the show. So. But yo, thank you to everybody watching. At one point there was like 10 people, and I'm happy about that. But
hell yeah, we're growing.
If you haven't yet, share, subscribe, comment, do all the things we want you to do. You can catch us every single Friday, 3 p.m. EST on
the most prestigious network in the land, the Signature Series Network. I love it.